Hey guys, so last night I went to another double feature. I would have done my reviews last night. This is the first time in a while I've done one like a day later. Usually I do them right after I get out of the theater or go when I get straight home. But I was very, very tired, and I've been fighting a sickness for the last week or so, and I've been working 16 days straight. And today was my day off, so I just wanted to kind of get some sleep. And I knew I would have trouble remembering both movies a day later, so I knew that wasn't going to be trouble. So I was like, I'll just put them off until tomorrow. And I haven't yet seen Ford v Ferrari yet. If you're wondering, because one of the movies I didn't see in my double feature was Ford v Ferrari. I haven't seen it yet. I'm going to try to see it either tomorrow or this weekend. I'm not sure when. Just depends on what's going on. I was going to go see it today, but I got kind of busy, so I had to put it off until maybe tomorrow, hopefully. I do want to see it a lot. But anyways, the first movie I saw was The Good Liar, the new thriller with Ian McKellen and Helen Mirren. I got this trailer quite a few times over the last few months. Like, I've gotten many trailers multiple times. And this was a movie that I wasn't sure what the fuck to think of this. It looked interesting just because of who was the two leads in it, especially when you got two really powerhouse actors like Ian McKellen and Helen Mirren. You're going to pique my interest a little bit. And it looked like it was this weird little thriller that I wasn't sure what to make of it. Other than that, Ian McKellen, I think, was playing a con man, and he was trying to con Helen Mirren. That's all I got out of the trailers. But I wasn't sure what the fuck to make of it. And I'd heard over the last week or so quite a few things about this movie. I've been not spoiled anything about it, so I was like, which is nice. I like not being told what happens in this movie. But I was told that this movie was pretty interesting going in. Like, I'd heard a lot of people tell me that this movie is pretty interesting. So I was like, it piqued my interest a little bit going into this thing. And you know what? I kind of like this movie. I really kind of like. This movie was a interesting sit of a movie. Ooh-wee, man. This movie takes you on a fucking ride for fucking sure. It's exactly what you think it is for a majority of it, but then, Jesus, I'll get to that in a second. Man, oh man, it takes some weird fucking turns, man. But anyways, the best thing about this movie is Helen Mirren and Ian McKellen. Both of them fucking just rule this whole fucking movie. They are the best parts of this damn movie. It is a movie that really you spend most of your time with both these characters. And I liked Ian McKellen a lot in this movie. He is fucking great. Like, he is, if he was playing Magneto, but also Magneto was a con man and was a real bad sleazeball. I mean, I know Magneto already was kind of a sleazeball and kind of an asshole, or like kind of a despicable person, but if he took like how despicable he was as Magneto in like the X-Men movies and upped it to like 11, this is what you'd fucking get. Like, fuck, man, he is like sleazy as shit in this movie. Like, even from the get-go, like, you're like, this guy is just a horrible human being, who is also really fucking charming because he's Ian fucking McKellen. And you kind of understand why people kind of gravitate toward him, and like why a lot of people like him, and he's able to con people so easily. He is like this professional con man who, like, him and his partner, his partner I recognized as he's the guy who played the main butler in Downton Abbey. The only reason I know that because I saw the fucking movie. And I remember seeing him in that movie, and he was really good in this as his partner. his partner in crime and doing all these cons. They like do this over like years and years and years, to like numerous people, and like for different periods of time. And like he ends up finding, like you see in the trailers, Helen Mirren on this dating website, and finds out she has a lot of money because she was married once before and her ex-husband left her a lot of money and she's worth a lot of money. And so he starts seeing big dollar signs when he meets her and starts to, a little bit of a relationship with her. And like, part of me was like watching this, like thinking, this is kind of like, I don't know anybody who's a Tales from the Crypt fan. You're like watching this going, oh, so this is like, None But the Lonely Heart. You remember that fucking episode, Tales from the Crypt, but less zombies. Yeah, there's a lot less zombies at the end of the story, but that's not the twist. I'll say that there's no zombies involved or anything like that. But it's kind of that story. It's like a classic story of a con man who meets this woman who is lonely, and he decides to take advantage of her because she has a lot of money and he's a gold digger. Yeah. You've seen it a million times before. And then Helen Mirren is fucking Helen Mirren, man. She's a fucking treasure of an actress, man. She's one of the best out there. And like, my only problem with her character for majority of the first half of this movie, for majority, honestly, of most of the movie, was I felt like her character was way too fucking dumb. Because I'm like, she cannot be this fucking stupid, right? Like, I kept thinking that throughout the majority of this movie and kind of siding with her grandson. I'm like, almost siding with Ian McKellen sometimes, because I'm like, if she's dumb to do a lot of this stuff, then okay, more power to you, Ian McKellen. I mean, if you are able to trick her this easily, it's only like within a span of a few days that they like move in together. It feels like, I don't know, it doesn't really tell you how many years go by or how many months go by or how many days go by. It's not really explained, but it feels like only a few days go by and they move in together, and then like within a few days after that they're talking about getting joint bank accounts. So I'm like, yeah, like, what? It's like, she cannot be this stupid, man. I was like, come on. Like, I would hope I mean, there are, people out there that take advantage of elderly people all the time, but man, like, this character does not seem like a person that's really stupid and naive. I would not think, but whatever. Like, even her grandson's like telling her, something's up with this dude, and she's just dismissing him. I'm like, yeah, it's her grandson, man. And this movie, like I said, for the most part, I'm just sitting there like watching it going, yeah, this is a pretty good thriller, like a sleazy little thriller about like a con man and all that stuff like that. I have to go along with it pretty good. Like, I enjoyed it. Like, I was enjoying it and enjoying the performances a lot. Like I said, the performances were great. But then in the last, I don't know, half hour, this movie gets weird. It gets fucking weird. I don't want to I'm not going to spoil it, I promise it. But, like, between last week seeing Last Christmas and then seeing this, and both having these completely out of left field twists that just come out of nowhere. Although this one felt a little bit more out of left field than fucking Last Christmas did, but I like this twist better than Last Christmas. Last Christmas was just fucking dumb. That was just cheesy and lame. This one was just, whoa, movie. Like, when it happens, you go, whoa, what the fuck movie did this movie turn into all of a sudden? Like, it turns into something that, like, I don't know how to describe this without spoiling it, but I don't want to spoil it because it's like, I guess, like, one of the twists, like, early on, like, even watching the trailers, I was like, I'm pretty certain I know one thing that's going on. Because I knew there was going to be I knew going in that there's probably going to be a twister here and there. And I've been told that there's some weird-ass twist in this movie. I did not expect, but what I did not fucking expect. Because this movie turns into, like, like almost like Nazi exploitation. It turns in like almost into a Nazi exploitation film mixed in with like I Spit on Your Grave. I'm not making that up. It gets weird. It gets fucking weird. Like it involves like war crimes and war criminals, and it's ooh boy, man, it gets some weird ass territory. Like I did not see fucking coming. Like there was no warning of that coming to like what the fuck? I was just sitting there like, where the hell is this? Like, but I was at the same time, I was just like, I was just taken aback while I'm watching this, but I'm also like, I was not fucking bored because I'm like, where the fuck is this going? I was like, where are you taking me, movie? Because this is some weird ass territory we're going into now in the last 30 minutes. And fuck, man. Because of that, like, I almost recommend it even more than I did, like, would have if the movie would just continue being like this kind of typical paint by numbers thriller about a guy who's a con man tricking an older lady. But man, like I said, in the last 30 minutes, it just goes fucking balls to the wall, insane. Man, I'm not. You have to see it to believe it, man. That's all I say. It's fucking great. I do recommend this movie. I like this movie a lot better than I thought I would, and it's got decent reviews. I think probably a lot of people are probably like just taken aback by that twist, and that probably is going to be a deal breaker for some people. But because it just was so out there, I kind of loved it. I was like, maybe I loved the movie more. It felt like a whole different fucking movie I was watching towards the last half hour of the movie. Like, where the fuck did this shit come from? Yeah, I recommend it. I do recommend it. It's a weird recommendation, but I recommend it. And speaking of weird trailers, I got Jungle Cruise, and that was the only new trailer I got in front of this movie. Jungle Cruise, the Disney movie, which it's one of those like weird. This is one of those movies that's weird to like because it's obvious the theater didn't know what the fuck to put in front of this movie as far as trailers. So they just threw Jungle Cruise in there. I'm like, okay, it's that new Disney movie with The Rock and Emily Blunt, where Emily Blunt's an adventurer going to the jungle, and she goes on this boat with Dwayne The Rock Johnson, who's this travel guy or something like that. I don't know, on a boat. It's basically, whatever. It looks like something you'd see out of like the 60s, like Humphrey Bogart and stuff like that. I'm not saying The Rock's like Humphrey Bogart, but it's something like that. Like almost feels like something like that, but it's like Disney-fied almost. Yeah, it looks alright. It didn't look. It was like, I love The Rock, so I'll see it regardless. But yeah, whatever. Yeah, so that's as far as trailers go. I do got one more review to do, and until then, I'll talk to you guys later.